Tastes like quarantine to me. Got some tasty little tooling for my birthday and a nice shiny aluminium plate. Got some new tips because I needed some of them. New holder for the quick change tool post because you can never have too many. Dial indicator. That's just a holder with a magnetic stand. It's just a rip off of a Noga, I think. Knurling tool. Some centre drills. Yeah. See, I've been turning a lovely bit of brass down there. Done a few jobs I haven't had time to film because you never do. Been a bit quiet for the last 6 months, I think. As you can see, I've had a bit of a change around. The bench is here. Now moved the lathe. Over there's the shelving that was against this window. The racking's no longer in here. Well, that one is, but the big blue ones. Yeah, had plenty to do. Not enough time. Got a small problem with the old lathe. It now won't go into back gear. No matter how much you twiddle the old gear in, you get it to go a bit. And for some reason it's now locked up. So I think my initial fix didn't really work because works fine for all the range in direct drive, if you like, but the minute you try and put it in back gear, it just doesn't want to know at all. So yeah, haven't done anything that required a slow speed really. But I'm now at the stage where I'm thinking about, I've obviously got to fix that, and while I'm in there, strip it down, paint it, reassemble it, put it all back together. It's worth doing, definitely. I mean, the amount of use I've had out of it, even though you lot haven't seen any because I haven't videoed anything, but it's yeah, it's worth doing. It's worth saving. I mean, how many lathes can you buy these days with your power feed on your cross slide and your carriage? That's not really quite common, whereas this one's got it. But again, I've just engaged the power feed and it's now stuck. You got there you go. Everything's just on a wiggle. It's you know, I put it together. Wasn't really sure how it was going to work, how much I was going to use it. I like tinkering at home, and yeah, I've made the decision. I'll probably will strip it down, and I think that might be the next few videos. I'm going to set aside some time to do that. Obviously, I haven't made no videos over summer. Far too much to do. I've built a whole shed from scratch, moved everything into it. It is messy again in here, but it has been tidy. Moved everything around in here, as you can see. It is a much better area as it is. Yeah, I just thought I'd stick a quick video up. Obviously, you know, ain't no good when you want your back gear and you can't get it in, no matter how much you wiggle the chuck. Yeah, I've also got a plan. There's a slight bit of play in the. Yeah, it's not too bad. That was something I did off video. I actually ended up stripping it down and sorting the nut out underneath, which is held on there. I pinned it because it was unusable pretty much. You know, you could wiggle everything and there was so much play. The whole carriage is on a rail back there. That was all stuck back on, and The DROs, or scales, whatever you want to call them, they've been a godsend, and so is the tool post. But I think I'm going to sort myself out a new. So remove this, your cross slide, which will leave me with this plate here, with a gib strip and a dovetail cut each side. And I think I might sort out getting one of those machined, but with a blank top, so I could affix a milling slide to it, and various other attachments, and a compound replacement block as well. But I think the first thing is sort the head out. Second thing is, as you can tell, there's no tailstock, because that's over there. The headstock isn't actually centered to the lathe properly. I've adjusted it a million times to try and bring it in, and I've come to the conclusion that I don't think it's the right headstock off this machine, which I was always dubious about, which it should have been blindingly obvious really, considering the scale on the tailstock is metric, and they did make these metric, but this is imperial, so I think it's had a headstock on it and it's not quite right. So that is a conundrum to be solved at a later date, but this needs sorting first. Anyway, just thought I'd put a quick update in, and yeah, get back to you soon.